Hey everyone, Ryan here, M&R Productions, with my review of the LEGO Star Wars 2022 Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-Wing Pilot helmet. A set that surprisingly might be the best of the 3 helmet sets for LEGO Star Wars in 2022. When this was rumored, I did not expect to like it as much as I do based off the pictures. Obviously, I haven't built it yet, still sitting in the box here, but boy, am I a fan of how it looks on the box. Anyway, it's given set number 75327 with ages 18 and up being recommended, and thus you get a black void for box art. It has 675 pieces, and in the US will retail for $60. So that's kind of the typical price for LEGO Star Wars helmet sets at this point, and a price that I think is pretty fair. If you do end up buying one, please use the affiliate links in the description below as they help support the channel. Anyway, on the back of the box, you just get a different angle of the helmet, and below that, it shows Luke in his helmet, and then the LEGO helmet in the middle with the dimensions. Pretty cool. Let's open it up. The unboxing experience for this set will not vary much from any of the others you have ever unboxed in your life. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Some yellow tubing included in the set. And then we have our instruction manual and a pretty hefty sticker sheet for a helmet set. Usually not this many stickers on a helmet, but they do need to recreate quite a bit of detail on the helmet that I assume they just couldn't do using regular pieces, so they ended up going with stickers. But let's go ahead and build the Luke's helmet. The finished product for Luke's helmet is surprisingly fantastic. We'll start out with the little display plaque, and it says LEGO Star Wars and Luke Skywalker Red 5. Nothing crazy there, out of the ordinary, very much in line with the rest of the helmet sets. And one of the things the helmet sets have done over the past 3 years since their introduction in 2020 is keep the same stand design. I like that so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that consistency and not having it look different year over year if you buy a helmet set that was released in 2020 or a helmet set now released in 2022. Technically, they did change one thing, and that is on the bottom of the stand. They usually use black studs here, and they actually changed it up to orange to kind of go with the color theme of Luke's helmet. So I thought that was pretty neat and a unique touch for the bottom of the stand, although something, I mean, like nobody actually cares about. Looking to the side of the helmet, we get a combination of stickers and prints to help recreate the markings that we see on the helmet. And this big dish piece is actually printed. The piece in the middle is a sticker, and then these two on the side are stickers as well. But I think they look very good and obviously are going to have to be applied to help achieve the full look. You've got some tiling around it as well, and there's a healthy amount of studs on this build for something that's obviously smooth and universe. This is a LEGO build, so they definitely leave a lot of studs exposed. Now, in the middle here, we have this raised bump, essentially, and they've actually printed all of these pieces to be white on red, and that looks really, really sharp. And the reason they didn't just use white pieces, obviously, is because the outside has to be red, too. And then one of the more interesting things of the building technique on this as well is this yellow tube that runs from the very top of the helmet to the very bottom in the back of the helmet. And that is basically supposed to be some yellow coloring that is at the base of this red area between the red and the white. And it's far from a perfect representation of it, as there's obviously a lot of red underneath the yellow when this is supposed to be basically the seam between the red and the white. So, I mean, yeah, it's a LEGO set. I don't expect it to be perfect in that way. It actually looks really good from like a top type of view, but from the side, you kind of lose that, you know, magic of it. But when you're like displaying it like this, it's going to look fine. Like, it's not a big deal. But as we look to the left side of the helmet, you'll see the exact same design, same stickers, same printed piece, and everything. And then on the very top of the helmet, we'll see the Rebel insignia printed on a dome piece. Very obviously had to have that on this set, and this was their solution to it. It's actually on this, so that's how it's connected up there. It's basically slightly pushed out and to the left, and then I guess out and to the right on the other side. But that's how it connects on. Very, very smart building technique there to work into the design and then just cover it up with the dome piece here that's again printed with the Rebel logo. Very, very big fan of that. So very nice mix of colors and everything for the top of the helmet. We've got some striping at the very tip of the front of the helmet, and then we get into the part of the helmet that would have been the easiest to mess up. There were so many different ways they could have done this, and so for the visor in orange, they have just done this beautiful design. They have knocked it out of the park, in my opinion. You can see they've used the translucent orange, which looks really, really sharp, and they've actually used some ball joint pieces, kind of like they do for the dome on top, to help curve the visor a little bit. And you can see if I push it around, it does actually move a little bit. If it didn't have other pieces blocking it, it can move even more. But the visor is just absolutely killer. They knocked it out of the park. Very happy with that. It doesn't look out of place. It looks like it's part of the LEGO build. It's not like it's its own molded piece that looks weird. weird. I don't know. There were definitely some weird ways it could have gone down, but I feel like this is a wonderful solution, and I'm very, very happy with the way that it looks. And then moving a little bit lower, we have the microphone and chin strap. The microphone can be pulled away from the helmet, although it looks really, really weird when you do. And then the chin strap can move up and down a little bit too if you really want to. I don't know why you would do that, but you can do it, I guess, and it does have a little bit of left-right movement. Basically just byproducts of the way it's designed to achieve the look. Now to what might actually be my favorite part of the design are the cushions for the ears inside. These basically flip the design because you're building on the inside of plates, but they have to flip the side that the studs are on. So they basically invert the build at that point by using a really interesting technique. And then you have this real smooth looking, I mean, it looks soft. Obviously it's hard Lego plastic, but to me they look like cushions for your ears where the sound would come through for audio for whoever else he's talking to on the microphone. I mean, it looks so cool to me that they have that built in there, and it definitely finishes off the look really, really sharply. Luke's pilot helmet is by far my favorite of the 3 new helmet collection sets for Lego Star Wars in 2022. For $60, it's just as fair a value as any other helmet set, but this one has something the others don't. It's a good guy helmet, and it's really colorful and fun looking. It's less dreary and like that, you know, this goes next to the Star Destroyer. It doesn't have that same vibe to me. This is a little bit of a more fun helmet set. I know it's a weird way to describe it, but it just is. At the end of the day, for me, this one's a solid 9 out of 10. I'm a big fan. I really want to throw it on the shelf back there and let it get dusty. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments section below. If you plan on picking it up, I'll throw my affiliate links in the description below. If you enjoyed the review, as always, a like is greatly appreciated. And you can check out my other 2022 Lego Star Wars set reviews on the end screen now.